What is going on, you guys? Today I have another video review for you. This one is from Prince Vegeta Motivation, and it's called Watch This Every Time You Feel Like Playing With Yourself. Let's get into it.
Confidence will skyrocket. Focus and clarity. Reduced erectile dysfunction. Discipline. By the end of this video, you will never want to bust a nut on yourself ever again. With all of the online content at your fingertips, I can understand why it is hard to resist, but you must resist it. The internet has become a powerful tool that can be used for good, but it is a detriment to the weak-minded men who are being consumed by it. Instead of using the internet to make money, many guys find themselves mindlessly scrolling through nonsense. Women can sense the type of life force you carry around with you, and many men voluntarily give it away by wasting their semen. Nowadays, guys think it is okay to be regularly masturbating because they think it is healthy. This incorrect information has been fed to us to make us weak and emotional. Do you know that tired and guilty feeling you feel after you bust a nut on yourself? That is your mind telling you that you are a loser and that something must change. You have to question everything that is said to you by the so-called experts and use your rational mind to determine what is right.
That's crazy, by the way, because there's like videos of like TED Talks of guys being like, oh, it's healthy for you. It helps you avoid prostate cancer. Absolutely nuts. No. And I'm sure he's going to talk about it more. So you conserving your sexual energy, you can actually transmute, people talk about sexual transmutation. That's using that energy for something better. Like he said earlier, you could either play with yourself or you could make money on the internet. But you're wasting your time with the first one. There's a lot of other ways you could waste your time, but this one, you're actually draining your energy as well. And think about it, like, because he talked about how you feel afterwards, the guilt and the depleted energy as well. Think about how, if you just did it as like a habit replacement, like you wanted to play with yourself, and then you didn't, you like drank some water, did 20 push-ups, started reading a book, started working on your business, etc., etc. Like, think about how much farther you could be in your life, especially if you're someone who is has a problem, like is addicted to doing stuff like this. Massive. This would be a huge game changer if you struggle with this.
The sad truth is that 99% of men open their phones or laptops to beat their meat when they are bored. Some men even do it multiple times in a single day. The reason for this is because men always have a strong sexual urge to reproduce. The modern world has made it super easy for you to access this type of content for sexual stimulation. Think about it like this. You never feel motivated or have the energy to do anything after you ejaculate. You will feel sleepy and weaken, and often you will feel ashamed. You must learn how to master sexual discipline. This force of sexual energy is so powerful that it will give you confidence and the ability to be a lot more productive. When you decide not to release this powerful life force, you have this certain type of glow that women can sense. They are biologically attracted to it.
Yeah, women can tell when you watch adult entertainment, by the way. It's an energy. And oftentimes it's interesting because I think probably a lot of guys who are watching a lot of adult entertainment and playing with themselves, they emit like a certain energy. It's like a lower life force or lower vibration. And they're probably more likely to be the guys who say like, oh, I don't want to approach her because she's going to think I'm creepy. And they're being a baby about it. Like, think about how much more productive you could be in your life with your job, your finances, building a business, whatever you want to do, your body. You're getting jacked, getting to where you want to be financially, building the life that you really want, and then attracting that best girl because you're not wasting your time doing something like this. Think about that.
They have no choice but to respect it. Men on semen retention have a different look in their eyes than the men who beat their meat all day. Listen, if you are someone who constantly challenges yourself by retaining semen and putting yourself through hard challenges, your body will adapt and you will become stronger. Your body will become weak if you overindulge in bad habits and don't challenge yourself. You should aim to become a strong warrior with principles and not be easily manipulated into believing degeneracy. You must destroy the lizard in your brain telling you to beat your meat. Everything in the modern world is made to dampen your life force. You will feel proud of yourself for not doing something that you know makes you weak. Stop trying to come up with excuses as to why you should play with yourself. Here are the powerful benefits you will receive when you stop beating your meat. Your confidence will skyrocket. You are filled with energy, motivated, creative, and passionate. All of these factors should come to you naturally, but you have been dumbed down to the point where you are even afraid to talk to a girl. Can you remember when you were a child and you weren't embarrassed about anything and you had the energy to do anything? This is because back in the day, we didn't have the ability to access social media, and kids back then didn't even have a cell phone. Now, kids are just glued to their cell phones and iPads just watching a bunch of garbage. Social media in its entirety and
I want to make another point here too, because it's similar with the playing with yourself as it is to people who waste their time drinking and going to clubs and bars all the time. Like, I'm not saying you can never do it, but what I am saying is basically you're wasting your life force with that. And the majority of people who are going to bars and clubs, just as an example, aren't where they want to be in life, which may be why they're in there. That's about as bluntly as I can put that. A lot of them are working like a dead end 9 to 5, and they're still broke, and they're still going to the club. Like, what are you celebrating? And let me translate that to the playing with yourself aspect. So, why are you doing that? What are you trying to escape? And I know it might feel like a celebration. It's hilarious hearing Vegeta say, beat your meat. But what are you celebrating by doing that? You haven't actually earned that attraction from an awesome woman. It's all pixels on a screen. And you're basically satisfying your lizard brain. And it thinks like, wow, you've gotten this woman or this many women, and you're watching some other guy get intimate with a woman online. Like, you're basically like turning yourself into a cuck by watching that. How absolutely nuts is that? And then just tricking your brain into thinking that you've earned that, or you're watching multiple women, you're getting your brain fried, and you haven't actually built that life to earn an awesome woman, a high quality woman. Really, I want you to sit with that after this video.
Easy access to porn has damaged your brain and dopamine receptors. When you stop watching porn for a long period of time, you will realize very quickly how it affects your social life. You actually get the balls to talk to girls and not be afraid to just have a normal conversation. Your brain starts to rewire, and your dopamine sensitivity will return back to normal. Enhances your focus and clarity. Being on NoFap makes you mentally sharper because masturbation keeps you in a mental roller coaster. Instant pleasure and the idea of wanting to feel good for a couple of seconds make your dopamine levels shoot up. And then it all comes crashing down shortly after, making you feel tired and unmotivated. The messed up part about all of this is that masturbation, unlike taking drugs, is a socially accepted idea because many people believe it is normal. One of the most stupidest and hilarious claims I've heard as to why you should beat your meat is because it prevents prostate cancer. I will just leave it at that and not go into the stupidity of this statement. In reality, when post-nut clarity hits, you merely snap out of that animalistic, lustful mode. Beyond that, no extra clarity or focus is gained. To actually gain high levels of focus and clarity, you shouldn't fap at all. The next time you feel the lustful state come up, beating your meat like a monkey is far from the best idea to deal with it. Start to go out more and stop isolating yourself from others, because this is the moment when you start to feel like beating your meat. You will gain enhanced levels of clarity and focus. Most guys won't do this because that lustful state overpowers them and they are weak-minded. Reduced erectile dysfunction. Many young men suffer from getting it up and get anxious when it's time for actual bedroom fun. Your brain is so fried that you can only get stimulated by watching other men have sex with attractive women. This is pathetic. You must rewire your brain to be stimulated by looking at an actual attractive girl that you can physically touch. And it starts with cutting off porn to start to have an actual burning desire to make love to an actual woman. Your seed is one of the most important things in your body if you know how to use it. You can use it to start an actual family with someone to leave behind a legacy. Discipline. The guys that cope and fap all day lack mindfulness. This whole process is about undoing and unbecoming, an attempt to get back to your original state. Through discipline, you will learn a lot about yourself through the process. The disciplined man knows how to resist temptations and primal desires and can control his own mind. Only through discipline can you truly accomplish anything in life. Because no matter how unmotivated you are, you know that you have a duty as a man. So, make a promise to yourself to destroy the lizard you have in your brain that is telling you to beat your meat. Your future depends on you quitting this terrible habit.
That's such a good video. I don't think I can really add much more to that. And I think it's hilarious. This is a really good channel, by the way. But I think it's hilarious hearing Vegeta say that. Yeah, discipline, that's a big one. Converting that energy to actually become the man that you want to be, financially, physically, attracting the right woman, high quality for a long-term family. This is one of the habits you need to quit to get there. And I know guys come up with excuses up and down for the weak behavior that it actually is. Straight up. Because you feel this way, so then you do that. Well, you need to do the hard work regardless of how you feel, right? Because otherwise, you're just relying on your emotions and being a baby about it. And this is a form of escapism as well. So I want you to realize that. What are you escaping from rather than just accomplishing? Use that energy to make something great of yourself, okay? Thanks for watching. Go check out Prince Vegeta Motivation. Subscribe over here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.